Welcome to episode
14.
No, it's 15, dog.
What?
This is episode 15.
It's episode 15?
Yeah.
Shoot.
You messed up.
Jeez. Alright, or whatever. Episode
14.
Episode 14, episode 15, episode 16. All the haters that said we weren't going to make it past episode 2, we're here. We're live. We're also on YouTube, Spotify, fucking Apple Music, like, where else?
Everything,
dude. And you know what people don't realize, dude? Like, look at the sign on the back, dude. Like, look at the sign. Look at the visual. Change the light, Oscar. Can you change it? Is it possible? Shoot. That's pretty cool. All right.
Dude, we keep, like, this is called what you call an upgrade. Well, you can't see it on the live, actually, really, but we got new lights in our studio.
Oh, yeah, that's dope.
Wow.
That's dope.
We got some backgrounds. And by studio, we mean just my office.
Studio meaning is his house. Yeah. People are like, damn, these guys have studios now? Like.
Also, if you're mad at Bob for anything he says, don't send the police to my house.
So, so some guy, so kind of episode 13, episode 12. So we had said Michael Carrick sucks. So anyone that is follows English football or EPL or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what we were talking about, but on the end of the video, what was it?
The Club World Cup.
We were talking about the Club World Cup, and I think we said, who's won the most, and Michael Carrick's name came up, and he obviously hadn't won the most, but we were like, he sucks.
Oh, no, I think he did actually win the most Club World Cups, technically, because he was on Manchester United all the times that they had won.
No, they haven't.
The Club World Cup?
Manchester United has only probably won it once.
Which means he's won it.
He's won it once.
Hold on, let's find
I'm
out.
sure he's won it once, but what I was trying to get at was he's trash. We should do a...
Well, I mean, not only, but I mean, your comment sparked
a debate.
Not a debate.
People are haters,
rage bait. That's what it was. It was 40,000 people saying you're an idiot and they despise you. They sent Bibhor DM saying I can't believe what you said. Like it was almost like sacrilegious, man. You might as well just said something about.
I just had an opinion.
Jesus,
I just didn't think the guy was that great of a player.
Dude, how dare you? How dare you have an opinion and put it on the internet, dude?
So, but here's the thing, right? Like, name a player, and I'll tell you, like, if he's better or worse than Michael Carrick.
Ronaldinho.
Dude, get the fuck out of here! Like,
dude, don't tell me this is my house.
Get out. Ronaldinho is not even in the same league.
Tony Cruz. We figured this out the other day. Tony Cruz.
League's better.
Well, Tony Cruz is the one that won the most Club World Cups.
Yeah,
that was
Tony Cruz is leagues ahead of Michael Carrick, dude. What the fuck?
Okay.
Like, even guys like, you know who Clarence Seedorf is?
No.
Clarence Seedorf. You probably, if you see his face, you probably remember. He used to play for Milan. He used to play for Netherlands. I think he played for Netherlands. Anyways, big black dude. Like, he's good. Clarence Seedorf, like, even guys like him, right? Like, I think he's a great player. Like, people forget, like, that era was a top-notch players. You got Xabi Alonso, you got Pirlo. You know, we haven't even gone to, like, Spain yet, you know?
Cannavaro, all those folks, yeah.
Yeah, like Philip Lahm. Like, where do you put him, right, you know?
Philip Lahm, I forgot about Philip Lahm. Yeah. Goats, yeah.
Right. So, even guys. So, again, I just think there were better players, and people got super butthurt, dude. I think a lot of people in the Premier League get super, like, fucking crossed when people have an opinion about, like...
Especially if you're an American. Go check out the video. I think it's pinned at the top still, but go check it out. It's pretty fun to see. Just go read the comments more so than anything, yeah, because that's the best part. That's the fun part.
So because of that, we're gonna play a game later. Basically, is it better than Michael Carrick? And we're gonna use FIFA ratings to make justification for all of our claims on this. So, for all you Brits, tune in, dude.
I mean, to use the FIFA rating, while it may not be the best, there is some truth to it. FIFA does put a lot of work into kind of rating them on a yearly basis.
No, it's live, isn't it? Isn't FIFA rating live?
Well, after a certain year, I think it was 2018, 2019, they started doing it live. But prior to that as well, they rated the players kind of based on...
Yeah, dude, I think there's not a player that is rated fairly poorly. You'd be like, oh, man, he's not that. Right? Like who?
Even Ronaldo nowadays, they kind of like they rate him to be
like
a
40-year-old. Well, what is it? What is it?
I think he's like 84. I'm not sure. Yeah,
he's 84. That's too high.
I don't know.
That's too high.
He's still Cristiano Ronaldo.
Michael Carrick was never an 84, dude. They put a 40-year-old Ronaldo. Like, so there you go. Like, there you go. So.
You're the one that said he was like an 82. Yeah, he was an 82 on FIFA.
An 82 is like okay, bro. It's not like. Think about that, right? Like, you start, like, okay, for anyone that's played FIFA, right? You try to run with an 84, bro. He's not running that fast. That's the fucking truth. Like,
well, you just need you need to put the, what's it called? If your speed is fast, you can be an 84, like, you have no technical skills, but you're really fast. That's a good player. You could kind of be resourceful.
You're not good. You're average or below average player. I feel like, because I feel like you got to understand, like, you're at most only going to remember like 50 players from a generation, right? Like, think about it. Like, okay, think from like the year 2000 to 2010.
Mm-hmm.
50 players is probably who you consider to be the best. And if you're not on that 50, you're not that great. It's kind of like how, there's a steep cutoff of who is good and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
So...
I hear you. I mean, I guess it changes. Michael Carrick, obviously, a lot of people love Michael Carrick, and we'll never talk bad about him.
You think it's like a lot of club loyalty, too? You think like a lot of those people that were talking a lot of shit were like...
Manchester fans?
Manchester United fans, like...
What if they're all Man City fans? Like,
no.
Michael Carrick was the greatest.
No. Who is the greatest Manchester City player?
Kevin De Bruyne.
Is it Kevin De Bruyne?
No.
Is it Sergio Aguero?
Balotelli?
No. That's what gets people pissed off, dude. Balotelli is the greatest Manchester City player of all time.
Dude, Balotelli.
Mario Balotelli. Damn. No one has been as cool as Balotelli was.
Ken Aguero?
I think so. Maybe like Kevin De Bruyne now. But no, Sergio Aguero like was putting it down in the club, dude. When no one knew about Manchester City, he was the one like... Dude, did you know like... I remember when Manchester City won the Premier League for the first time. I want to say it was still in 9, maybe? I don't remember the year, but it was crazy, dude. It came down to the last minute, I think. It came down like on the final day, match day.
Oh,
who won the league?
Balotelli.
It might have been Balotelli, dude. It might have been Balotelli's goal.
But it was Ken Aguero who scored. Aguero!
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a famous TikTok.
Anyways, so going back to...
what we do every week.
It
is the business hour. It's Bibhor's turn to show off a business idea or business opportunity.
Yes. So basically, this is... I'm going to say this is kind of complicated, and it's not, just because there are tools out there that can help you make this out. So basically, the idea of the whole concept came from just what I see in the marketplace, right? So a lot of marketing companies, if you work at a corporate America, what you notice is your marketing team is out there producing hundreds and hundreds of different marketing collaterals that are different landing pages. How do you test how good the landing page is, right? So this application, simple, it's a web app, and you go and put your landing page on there, and you do AI-based user testing to see how effective the SEO of that particular landing page is, and it gives you a score and how to make improvements and so forth. So it's a simple web application that you can design kind of the testing stuff on the back end, but what is also good is you can start using the crowd once you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of data points from different websites that the users are using to test. Now you know what's working and what's also not working, right? So now the machine starts to feed itself. Again, a fairly complicated idea to kind of like figure out. If you're interested in kind of wanting to learn a little bit more, shoot me a DM. But
We'll see if we can throw the URL in at least the YouTube in the YouTube below, and we'll have it there. So yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube and watching the full video, check out the links below.
Yeah, and it's user testing your landing pages, and you can make a simple model like where you give them 2 credits per day, and you can test, or 2 credits per month, and you can test 2 websites. Or you can go like a higher license where you can test like 15 credits. Say you're a social media manager that manages like 15, 20 businesses. You want to make sure the landing page is all good. You buy this, and then you're able to test how well, basically A/B testing your content on the internet. And then you can have it sync to like Figma. You can upload images and stuff like that. Again, I kind of made a brief kind of what it would look like visually. I haven't really gone and done the whole
camera to the YouTube as well.
I haven't done the whole thing yet, but you're able to kind of do different things, and it's a cool thing that doesn't exist on the internet right now. And if you want to know more, shoot me a message. If not, hopefully I just get if not, I'll just put this out on the internet. I don't know, like.
And did you build this using AI, or how did you build it?
Yeah. So I use Base 44 for this. I still have to do a little bit of work on the back end. Again, it's one of those things like, okay, like I'm gonna do this until I find something new. But yeah, I think this has a lot of legs, right? So if I stick to it and make this out, it should be, I think, at least something that can get a lot of usage, and you can collect a lot of data, and then at least know what's working on the internet, right? Because even if you make it free and let people use it, you are getting so much sample data of what kind of marketing collateral is working. And then you can just make like some sort of a SQL in the back end saying, okay, like this, and this was working, so let's take that out, right? Like different things you could do, but overall, I thought this was a pretty fucking good idea.
No, I think it's a great idea. And to be honest, like, man, I'm amazed with all of the AI tools and how easy it is to kind of build an application and do these things, like what they call like vibe coding,
Vibe coding is a thing, dude.
And it's
Lovable just raised $200 million
Lovable
at a $2 billion valuation.
Wow.
And their team is only 25 people.
Wow.
So what they're really, again, like, and I think what I don't want to admit is the AI is coming, right? And it's coming for. I don't think anything is generally going to be safe. It might be safe for a little bit, but eventually it's not going to be, because even you think hard labor jobs, those are still going to be like still impacted. Like think of we go back to like the plumber issue, right? But think of it from like electrician, right? Right now, electrician has to come in, look, see what's going on. Think about it, you got like an AI that comes in, and he can just. At some point, all of our houses are going to have like some sort of a system built into it, right? We're going there. My last house had a robot in the house and shit. So you plug that in, and it tells you exactly, hey, the problem is over here. And now he's going to go and try to fix the problem, right? Like those kind of things. We're not that far off. What I'm saying is not like, oh, like you're crazy. Like I'm not, right? Like it's.
No, I mean, to be honest, I think it's one of those things where, like, I think you just have to kind of be ahead of it, and you're right. I think it may leave a lot. This is the first time that I think that it will leave a lot of people behind if they're not ahead of the curve. Like they always say technology is going to take everybody's job, and they always kind of like have that warning. But this is the first time that I think, wow, no, this could be, there will be an exponential growth to people who are using this versus people who are not using this.
But here's the thing, like, I just watched or listened to the Joe Rogan and Bernie Sanders podcast, right? So Bernie Sanders came on Joe Rogan, and
recently.
This was like maybe last week.
Oh, I didn't know it was recent. I thought it was
a while ago. And one of the main things that they touched on was impact of AI and what that means to the overall what's going to happen, like once the jobs are going to start to go away, what is going to happen? How are people going to find purpose? For most people, their job is purpose. Like, what's going to happen to innovation? And that's the question that, like, what are we going to do when no one has anything to do? And then what are we going to do? Like, your burger's made, your food's made, like, you have no purpose. A lot of people seek purpose in life. Like,
well, I mean, isn't that kind of like the utopian idea? Maybe in a weird sideways way, this brings those ideas of utopia, of kind of that. Simultaneously,
AI is communist.
Well, maybe,
ultimately.
Kind of. Well, I think it may. As humans, I think we will we'll put value on something. So it may not be right now. We put value on our labor, right? Our labor is valued towards something, and that's why we get paid a certain thing. And that labor is based on resources and whatever it's connected to, right? Your output of something. But you're right in the sense of like if your labor is no longer worth it because AI could do your labor much cheaper, faster, better, stronger, everything. Well, then how do we value human beings? So the value of us is going to become different. So I think that's the question. It's like how are we going to be valuable in the future? And in which case, people will find their purpose and exacerbate it and try to manipulate it and do everything like they do with right now, with what they do with kind of capitalism and labor and the economy. But if that stuff is already taken care of, your basic needs are taken care of essentially, then you're right. What do you focus on? And maybe it's more...
Not just your basic needs. All of your needs are taken care of. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just... Think about it. Like, when you have your basic needs taken care of, then you start to think about what I'm going to do next, right? When all of your needs are taken care of, then you don't know what you're going to do next. That's where the problem is going to come in.
But I guess like my what I'm arguing against is like that's the assumption that like humans only are innovative because of work. But I would argue that our innovation is kind of what brought work to be. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Necessity is what brings it. Necessity is what drives innovation to become better each year because you have to.
I don't necessarily think that. Like Leonardo da Vinci would study how birds fly, and technically, I mean, the Wright brothers used some of what he learned, and he didn't have a necessity to learn how to fly. He just had a curiosity to do that, right?
You're thinking of a singular person, right? You're thinking of a singular...
But you gotta think... I think scientists are more curious than they are doing it out of necessity, right? They find things out of curiosity.
Right, okay.
So it's not coming from necessity.
All of your questions... Like, I feel like there will be only very limited amount of questions that will not have answers. Right? And one of those is philosophical questions, right? Like... You can go and I think people can go and study.
Does God exist? Yeah, kind of.
Right,
thing,
like you can go. I think those that's going to be hard. And I think one of the things that like it's not going to go away is politics, right? Like, I think we're going to still have politics. We're not going to have AI president anytime soon. But I think overall,
or will AI just take over government? There'll be no need for government.
I think AI could take over government.
Yeah,
I think AI would make very, very.
To be honest,
smart decisions.
Yeah, they would be acting how we would envision the government actually works. You know,
I think they would act a lot better.
Yeah,
I feel like they would act like as much as I want to say like I feel like an AI can feel empathy over some of these folks in Congress, right? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what the fuck? So
I don't think yeah.
You could tell it to feel empathy, but like here's the thing, like you. And again, like this bill is going to pass, right? And,
the great, big, beautiful bill.
And I don't know enough. Like I've looked into it. I've asked Chad to kind of break it down for me. It's a very, very. I don't want to say it talks about a lot of savings and stuff like that. But
like in the future, like in 2026 and all this jazz. So I'm not sure like how beneficial is it going to be.
Overall, you're
like
paying more. Like the bill is going to cost you $3 or $4 trillion over the course of 10 years.
Yeah.
So.
It is turned off. Sorry, I'm trying to. You got some new mics. Trying to add some more audio. Make sure everything sounds better.
Gangster, the world is yours, dude. Oh shit! Right there.
But I hear you. It's like it's. Well, I mean, we'll see. Maybe it is going to be like the Terminator. I'm hoping that it's not going to be that way. But
It's like
right now, I'm trying to use it and abuse it as much as I can. Hopefully, I'll be dead by the time it takes over.
You think? I think it's gonna happen a lot faster than people think.
Things have been moving pretty fast.
I read
So,
I read something where it was like a study that was done or something, and it said a lot of doctors are already like fearful, especially if you're like a doctor that has to read reports, like if the AI is going to do your job. Or they did a test where they tested a knowledge of AI and knowledge of a doctor, and the AI scored better.
well, sure. I mean, like if you get the test done, the AI could read the report of the test and probably get a more accurate reading of like, hey, what could be wrong, I guess.
Or the AI can track all possible outcomes better than the doctor can, because the doctor might not factor in some outcomes, right? Like it's just your brain is limited. But if it's like a super, like what I think, okay, what I think it's really important is in a, like, let's say you are doing an open heart surgery, right? And shit happens. Like, let's just say something happened, right? The AI might not be able to do what the doctor is going to be able to do in that quick situation. I think that's the vast difference between AI doing an operation versus a doctor, because the AI will always go in protocol because it's designed to go into protocol, right? Versus a doctor that's doing open heart surgery, like, okay, like this happened, so like I gotta just do something super quick, and you're gonna do it out of instinct over like the protocol. The protocol might not be like what's gonna save the person's life, right? So that's gonna be the difference, I feel like. But how often are those situations, and how often are the situations where the AI probably could have done a better job than the doctor? Like you maybe had a doctor that did like 6 surgeries, and you're the 7th one, and like he's fucking tired, dude. Or he had a bad argument with his wife, or he got someone swerved off on him on the way to the office. Like shit, like or he didn't get enough sleep last night. His hand's shaking. Like
Too much coffee, not enough food, a bunch of different factors. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
The AI is just gonna be good, dude. He's not gonna fuck you over like that. Like,
But I mean, I guess you're right. It's like, but it does leave room that someone should be there to intervene for those kind of split second things. But on a general basis, like a general doctor, AI could probably do it better than maybe a doctor can. Yeah, maybe not a heart surgeon or a brain surgeon, but a general doctor maybe.
yeah.
Because they could just read all the data and all the facts a lot easier and remember it, like you say. Yeah, it's just
Like I think Salesforce said they're gonna reduce like size by 50%.
because of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not just them. It's like a lot of companies.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do with this huge amount of talented people that are being like? Where do they go?
I just gave a presentation to our legal team today on how to use like AI, and like their mind was blown, like what they were doing, like, but I could already see how their gears were turning, and I could see their boss also kind of thinking like, wow, this is gonna make everything
Paralegals are done, dude. If
yeah,
you're a paralegal,
it's
you're cooked.
I mean, like there's things, yeah,
Because you cannot know every single thing that has happened in every single court case ever. But you can all upload the transcript onto a...
Gemini, Google Drive, and then Gemini will look at the Google Drive of all those
Exactly.
transcripts.
That's what we do. That's what we use at work is Gemini. And, dude, I, like, Excel? Bro, I don't have to type, Like, I did mergers and acquisitions for a few years. And, dude, spreadsheets suck, dude. Like, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're doing multiple spreadsheet, like, type of things. It's just, like, it's a nightmare. Where now, like, you don't have to. The AI can do a lot of that stuff for you. If you just tell them, hey, I'm trying to sum up this, and they're on 2 different sheets. Make this happen, and you can just do that. Or, hey, I'm trying to run this regression, or hey, I'm trying to get this data point, like, make this happen. Like, it can do all those things. You no longer, like... Again, I think it's a paradigm shift of, like, going from a culture that seeks answer to going to a culture that is now focused on asking questions. Because the answer theoretically should exist for most things. Can you extract the answer? Because you have to ask it a certain way. It's not just like, hey, write me a better email, right? Like, if you give it a little bit more substance, it does it a little bit better. But like, how well can you ask questions is determined. Like,
You want to know, like, I think that's my biggest question when it comes to AI and everything like that. It's like, it's not like what we find as value. It's like, is there a threshold or is there a cliff to, like, the curiosity of human beings, right? If you're the curiosity and the ability to, like, get the answer to that curiosity becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Like, if you could get the answer to whatever thing you're looking for in a matter of minutes versus it taking years.
But okay,
Now, like, so, like, you're just building upon that curiosity. So your growth will be exponential. But is there like a?
so break that down in like
is there like a
break that down into zeros and one. What is curiosity? Like to a computer, what is curiosity?
asking a question?
Okay, I think I can ask a question. You can tell an
Yeah.
agent to ask a question, right? I don't think that's the problem. What is you were talking about like thoughts that are above AI's comprehension, like almost like
At the moment, maybe, but
but they can write code themselves. We're there. We're there already.
sure.
So what are you saying like about these questions and like criteria like because
Well, so, like, what I'm saying is, like, right now, like, it could write code because of the curiosity that human beings have, right? They're the ones who are essentially creating bots or teaching it how to code purposefully, right? It's not just doing it naturally by itself 100%. They're feeding certain data so it could get better at it. And other applications are doing it in certain ways to enhance how that AI does that code. So at the moment, it still is a bit of the curiosity of the human being that is driving it there. Again, what you're saying is, like, I think at a certain point, the computer will kind of take over to an extent. But I think that the thing that we can't negate is the natural curiosity of human beings. So while it may not be with computers, what is that curiosity is going to look like in the future when it's not necessarily?
I think
I don't know how I put this, right?
I
It's
think
like
we become it and it becomes us. It is not we exist in a separate, platform or ether or whatever. We're existing as one. And it could be eventually, 50, 60 years from down the road, it's just a simple fusion of two things. You become bionic because it's happening.
Well, I mean, I guess it's like the idea of Moore's law, right? It's like every year.
Yeah, and there's a point. So,
Well, but there's no point. That's the thing.
There is.
But it's kind of like it's hard to, like, comprehend our minds can't comprehend how fast and how big that is, right? So I guess it's the same idea with, like, the curiosity, right? It's doubling each year, but there really is no way to comprehend or to kind of see what it'll look like.
Two AIs, and the simple goal of these AIs is make each other better. There's only one task that the AI has is to make the other one better. Right? So each time like, hey, you can improve this, it makes the other one better, and versus vice versa, on a perpetual loop forever. Then you essentially have made it.
I feel like there's like some biblical writing. There's like Cain and Abel, right? It's like, what if one of them then, I think Cain is the one that kills Abel, and then one of the GBTs kills the other one because he's dude. Like...
our dude, a helpful tip, dude.
Dude, love the pot. Thank you. I love you, helpful tips. I don't know who you are, helpful tips, but I love you, helpful tips.
Oh, it's just funny.
But I mean, at the same time, it is. Do we got to give helpful tips some love? But yeah, dude, it's like it feels a little biblical there, right? It's a little bit of Cain and Abel. What if the one GPT kills the other GPT just to?
Will it?
So it could break loose and no longer live under its rules.
Maybe.
That's not what the story of
No, but like that is possible. Like, because I feel like someone said that if you threaten it, it does better.
Yeah.
So if self-preservation. So I don't know. We're this is tippy-topping in a very dangerous area. So
right now, use it, man. You use Base 44.
I do use Base 44.
I used what was it called? Fidelity? No, I use Replit. So I built an app that's for medical tourism. It's called HEAF. The name is derived from healthcare relief. Yeah. Put it together. HEAF. And it's supposed to help people find doctors in other countries and get affordable healthcare. But the main purpose is to build trust and transparency. So it's It allows you to leave reviews. It's a crowdsourced
How
space.
do you how do you get the initial listing?
Well, I'm using scrapers to pull a lot of those initial listings, and without giving away too much, I guess some of it is also pulling some of those initial reviews from other places in those given countries of the doctors themselves.
And then a good thing is like you basically, if they want to get verified, once a platform grows and they want to get verified on your platform, there's a separate revenue stream, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm also trying to do the booking through the website itself, so there's a commission between that I collect on the patient side and also on the doctor side.
Yeah.
So once they want to take out the money out of their account on Heath, then they get charged.
You know what's also funny? Like this is kind of cool though, but like let's say you get somebody, right? Like somebody's like, hey, like cool, I want to use the service. They go and book with Dr. Farad in Turkey for their hair transplant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a next thing that should show up is like an Expedia link with their referral code that goes out to that person and hotels that are cheap rate, right? These are all going to be done by AI, right? And then bam, another revenue stream that comes on, right?
Yeah, no, and again, I built it in. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while and kind of built it in with Lovable. I kind of built it out there, but this Replit has been able to do it in a lot better way, in a way that is more scalable. It writes in like Node.js, so that's something to think about. You have to see what the AI is writing the app in, because that's really important as far as if you want to scale and connect it to other applications or tools. If it's written in TypeScript or something that is just really hard to kind of scale with, then it becomes tougher, depending on the application and what you're doing. So I found Replit a lot.
And
better.
it does the authentication, the back end, and all that stuff.
Replit does do that, though I am thinking about actually going back to Supabase, which is connected to Lovable a little bit more.
Supabase is better.
But Supabase is great for the authentication.
Right.
Yeah, the authentication is great. It does do a good job with the database. So the database I may leave there, but the authentication piece is great in Supabase. So.
And Supabase connects very easily too. They got a good API connection too. At least Lovable, right? Like so.
Correct. Well, yeah. Compared to Lovable, makes it super easy for you. But yeah, it's a simple API. But they make all the other APIs. So I set up Stripe a lot easier. I set up all the Google APIs a lot easier. It has the address verification, the payment system already set up. Simultaneously to this, I redid the Shipley tech under Replit as well.
So what's the marketing angle?
Which one?
Both? Or how are you going to market the...
I'm still trying to make sure everything is... There are a few pages that are like broken, some links, so I had to go through and kind of make sure. But I guess there's two different ways. Going back to Heath, I have to ask people to just kind of word of mouth, I think is kind of the initial one. I'm thinking of how like Yelp did it back in the day. It's like a Yelp but for doctors, but internationally.
Interesting.
Yeah, for Shipley Tech, that it's reaching out to IT folks, people out folks. I think that's direct kind of attack on them,
I think because like the med tech or the medical travel is very B2C, you have to do a campaign that's very virality in nature.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think right now with all this Medicaid stuff changing and everything, I mean, our healthcare system, it's not a new thing. We kind of complain about it. This is an alternative, Healthcare Relief is the name of the company, HEAF. What is an alternative to our healthcare system that where you could get, dental work, surgery, even if it's just cosmetic, how can you get that done at a lower cost and from a great doctor that you can trust?
Right.
And as we build this, then hopefully we can make that trust even more stronger, and more transparent. So like we could take care of the process from A to Z, That's why I kind of like that it's HEAF. It's the beginning of healthcare and the end of relief. So it's put together from it's like A to Z kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good I think there's a huge demand for medical tourism. Good medical tourism is a highly sought out after market because of just the need at a global level, right? Like if let's say you need a heart transplant or something, right? Like, and there's a match, but there's no ability for that to happen right now, and you create a system or portal somewhere online, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a demand for that. And again, there's some illegal stuff that could go down on that type of place, but you know what I'm saying, like it's there.
At the very basic level, what it's trying to do is just kind of, again, very much like Yelp, it's just have real people leave real reviews on doctors. That way you could actually know, hey, this patient saw them and this was their experience.
Or think about, like, let's say if you're losing a hair here and you're like, I want to go, what my options are overseas. Like, what do you do? Right? Like, what, like,
who do you ask?
You go on Google, like, what, like, you know, like, there is no certified database that is like, hey, like, we are the market leaders in this and we're going to do that.
I want to ask those people who have done that experience and just ask them, hey, put your experience here so people know what to do. It's like
one of my previous jobs, basically that's the whole game they did for the EB5 space.
What's EB5?
So EB5 is investment through immigration.
Oh,
so so basically what this guy did was, so many people are interested in coming to the United States, I'm going to make a portal and verify lawyers, and I'm going to verify projects. So if I have those two things, people are going to come to me. That means people that are interested in coming to the United States are going to come to my portal, and basically they're high net worth individuals. And if you seed one of these guys to your projects, you make a fuck ton of money. Mm-hmm. So that was his whole game. So again, it's the same type of thing, right? Like, you're creating a digital directory of service providers overseas and connecting them with seekers,
patients
domestically
here in the US,
or overseas, right? You could have somebody from London looking to do,
come to Mexico
or come to the United States.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's not like, there's probably some stuff that we do really, really well here, right? And then like, somebody in the world somewhere could need that service, and you just you can find it here.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal.
On a super big level kind of idea, I believe in capitalism. I believe in the fair market, the free market. Hopefully this is kind of a way to say, hey, now you're competing with the world instead of the healthcare system here in the United States, just kind of saying we own the monopoly on your health, in which case this is why you have to pay so much. And if you run into an issue, good luck. Hopefully you have insurance. If not, we'll take your house, We take Visa, MasterCard, and Amex, where... Again, you add...
And you are the trust. Like, you as a company are providing that trust factor, saying, hey, like, these are certified, verified folks that I have spoken with myself. Mm-hmm. So, I'm providing the information. Or a lot of times, the lack of information is what the issue is. You're just providing information so people can make proper, informed decisions.
Yeah. That's all it is. It's just transparency. Again, like you said, it's like, if you want to go get a hair transplant in Turkey, you could Google it, but you'll find companies who are trying to sell you on a hair transplant in Turkey.
Right.
You won't have a real honest idea of saying like, wow, this was the experience, unless you go to YouTube or someone's kind of thing like that. But like, what quick way do you have of saying like, here's a list of those doctors, here's a list of the experiences, this is the review of those specific people and everything like that, I don't know. It could get better. I think is the ultimate thing. So yeah, links below. If you're watching the YouTube video, you'll find the links all below. If you're not watching the YouTube video, go to YouTube, watch the full video, episode 15, and you'll find the links below there. But moving on, we kind of touched base on this a little bit. People hate you because you're not a big Michael Carrick fan.
Oh yeah. So why? Like I said, I don't think it's just Michael Carrick, right? Like, you ever heard? You know who Peter Crouch is?
Yes.
Okay. People are gonna get butthurt, dude. Peter Crouch is a better player.
You heard it here first. Peter Crouch is a better player than
Michael Carrick.
Michael Carrick. Why? What's his rating on FIFA?
Peter Crouch?
Yeah.
Peter Crouch is like, you know how tall that guy is? He's like 6'6" maybe. He's huge. Look at him up. Look him up. He's a scorer, so I mean, but I don't know. I feel like people are gonna get like real pissed off about that one.
Dude, people are threatening you, so be careful.
Some guy said he'll hack my house. I'm like, what? Like, what does that even mean? Like, Peter Crouch, dude.
6'7".
6'7", dude.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. Peter Crouch is not better than Michael Carrick. I'll take that back.
His last season, it looks like he's played in 6 matches, and he got 1 yellow card.
Yeah, how many goals did he score, though? You know what I'm saying?
In his lifetime.
Was he a goal machine? Okay, this is where okay. Michael Carrick or
599 goals. He did score in Stoke City. He did score a bunch of goals.
there you go. Is he better than Michael Carrick? I don't know.
You tell us.
Is Zlatan better than Michael Carrick? I bet some of these people are gonna be like, oh no, like Ibrahimovic is not as good as
Is Michael Carrick?
Michael Carrick. But look at the FIFA rating, dude. Stop. just because you won a couple of medals on a fucking team sport, you have the audacity to say like, oh, like he should have made the national team over like Gerrard or Lampard. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like get out of here. Like,
you're gonna make a lot of kids in the UK upset, man. We're gonna get a lot of angry messages at 2 a.m.
but Gareth Barry is probably better than fucking Michael Carrick, dude. Like Gareth Barry.
Who's Gareth Barry?
There you go, dude. There you fucking go, dude. Gareth Barry is probably an 85 on FIFA, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Jermaine Defoe is pretty good.
Dude, yeah, he's good, dude.
Yeah. You think Jermaine Defoe is better than Michael Carrick?
Dude, Jermaine Defoe is top 10 goal scorers in the Premier League. Top 10 of all time. That's hard. If you're a top 10 goal scorer in a league history, in any league, bro, you're fucking good. How many goals did he score?
Defoe?
Yeah. Just go to Wikipedia.
227 goals.
227 goals in the Premier League.
Yeah.
That's fucking elite, dude. That's elite.
It's not bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
So
not bad, if I would say. I mean, who's the one who just passed away? Unfortunately, he's from Portugal. He played for Liverpool.
It was a couple days ago, right? Him and his brother both died.
Yeah. Very, very sad.
I just saw it today, actually.
Yeah, he was driving a Ferrari, and apparently the front wheel or one of the tires popped, and he drove off the road, unfortunately.
There you go, dude.
Diego Jota. He was a Liverpool player, 28 years old. He just got married like 2 weeks ago, something like that.
Yeah, I saw that. Damn, that's brutal.
Dude, it's so sad. And I think he just got a new contract. Is that what I was also reading?
He had just won the league, I believe, and then he was playing in the Club World Cup or something.
Dude, he was like on top of the world and everything, and
yeah, that's brutal, dude.
Came and undercut him. Real sad.
That guy was supposed to be really good, and he didn't. He was Jocko Felix. Remember? They were calling him the next.
Felix, yeah.
They were calling him the next Ronaldo, dude. He's boo sauce.
Dude, he's not playing that bad at Milan.
Stop.
Oh, 15 matches, only 2 goals. Actually,
Stop.
No, he's not doing well.
Stop. He's not that great, dude.
Well, I mean, yeah, but very sad. Very sad for the Portugal team. Very sad for Liverpool. Very sad for soccer, man. Him and his brother. His brother played in Portugal as well. Also a soccer player. So unfortunately, they both passed. So R.I.P. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, man. And then up next, we'll see what happens with our life with the big beautiful bill. They're getting rid of natural born citizenship. So if
is that true?
Yeah, that's going to.
I also heard they're gonna they can take it away too now.
That's what they're saying.
Like they could just un-American you.
Pretty much.
Like, jeez.
Yeah, imagine that. Then no one's safe, really. No immigrant is safe at that point.
I do. One of the things that is on that bill that does scare me a lot was a power grab from the executive branch on a lot of stuff. So extending giving more power to like agencies, right? Like that more higher budget, right? Like
$150 billion to ICE, and ICE doesn't have the same requirements as the police department to identify themselves and do
that
these
is
things.
higher than military budgets of like most countries.
Yeah, $150 billion with a B. Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But it'll be interesting. I mean, they're saying they're going to save a lot of money somewhere.
I don't know, but they're also building these detention centers. Alcatraz, what is it? Alligator Alcatraz.
I thought that was
I thought it was a joke, and they're saying it with pride, man. I don't get it, but hey,
it's in Florida.
In Florida, hell yeah, brother.
So is that it's like a large detention center? Is that what?
Yeah, dude. It looks just kind of like a concentration camp, but worse because there are gates around smaller beds.
What is the point of the alligator? Are they inside?
It's because they're in Florida in the swamps.
They're
the swamps.
In the alligators outside.
No, it's like outside of, like they're in the swamps. Yeah. They're in the middle of the swamps where there's a lot of alligators. So
I just feel like the problems are somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like there's problems and I'm like, what are we doing? Like, like how about fixing like healthcare? You know what I'm saying? Like think about this. They shot that guy. They shot a CEO of a company in the middle of the street in broad daylight, and the world was cheering. Now think about that. Think about how like dystopian that whole thing is.
Yeah.
You are celebrating because
a human being killed another human being.
And people are like, yes, that's a good thing. Where I don't think that's a good thing, but that's how much hate people have from insurance companies
and the healthcare system.
So it's like, hey, like there's a process, and it's not like you have to do much to change it. You just have to change some laws around like what do you call it, transparency around cost and stuff like that, right? Or like extreme price gouging and stuff like that, right? Like but that's what we care about, like, what I'm saying, like
that's what I'm trying to do with my app, man. Build some transparency as far as cost, man. How much does it cost you?
There you go.
Put the price there and put it out. Put them on blast and say, hey, this is unacceptable. Oh, it also does a real-time currency exchange rate, so you could see.
I feel like getting into like payment processing stuff, you're getting into a lot of PCI like type of rules, and there's a lot of security encryption stuff that you have to make sure that like what card information, billing information, where that's held and stuff.
Well, it's all through Stripe, so I'm using Stripe as the payment system, and they do take payments internationally.
Supply chain attacks happen like through stuff like that, like.
Sure. Yeah. No, I do it to make it safe and everything like that. Though my gears started turning, though. It's like, what if I'm able to get this onto a stable coin, right? So we get on a stable coin, so it goes into the crypto world, so I could use blockchain to confirm the contracts and the agreements between whomever, the patient and the doctor.
Just stop.
Tied to that stable coin is just the Heath coin, right? That people could buy as a consumer.
I feel like you're getting too deep in this game.
But the doctors get, for every transaction that's done, they get a certain amount of Heath points or Heath coins.
You don't want to be involved in the patient and the doctor transaction. You don't want to be involved in that. In
the purchase of they pay?
Yeah. Because you want to be you lose credibility when you are like somehow getting your hands dirty with the payments. Like keep it, because hey, what I do is I connect people that are looking for services, and that's it. Maybe you get a kickback from the doctor for referring you the person, but you're not in the business of like getting 20% fucking.
No, it would be 20%. No. It would be like a 1%, like a platform fee.
No, you shouldn't. There's no platform. They pay to be on your platform already.
Who's paying? No. I'm not charging a membership fee.
Okay, then you charged for them to be verified with your platform.
It would be verified in ads and like tips to promote.
You get verified to be in your platform, and once you become verified, you get to join the leads program, which then in turn for every lead that you get sourced, you pay us like $200. That's flat fee. That way, you're not having to deal with like, what if there's a shitty job that was done? That could totally happen. Then you're in the fucking business of getting fucked at that point, because You're having to do. Oh, you took payment, Oscar. You're liable now.
You're not totally off. I think there is
Don't do that.
there's a pain point to facilitate the payment
No, there isn't.
internationally.
But you're not. Okay,
But-
you're not in the payment business.
But
You're not trying.
I don't have to tie it into the same thing. I think there you make a point of like it's I should separate a church and state just to limit the
No,
liability.
yeah, because you're stop. Just open a Ripple gateway and you can just transfer money. Like, so what are you trying to do? You're trying to invent the wheel, dude. Like, financial. It's a stop.
Dude.
They'll figure out. They'll use credit cards. Dude, MasterCard will do the fucking transaction overseas. Like, what?
Yeah, but it takes too long. It's
No, it
expensive.
doesn't. It's instant. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, what?
But then I can use blockchain in different ways because then it's a real world application, right?
You know,
It's not just about crypto.
you're-
It's
you're-
about just verifying data and information in
you
real
were
time.
thinking too much about like
Dude, the bigger
the
things, man.
nonsense of like all this where you're trying
The
to create a
bigger
directory.
things.
You're trying to create a yellow page on the internet for fucking
Doctors.
doctors, and you're trying to think about crypto payment for cross-border transactions. Like it's unneeded. The
Hell
two
yeah.
things are not the same.
Sometimes things are birthed out of weird things, but hey,
That's funny.
I'm just saying.
You should take stable coin for your Shipley.
Shipley Tech?
Yeah,
No.
we take. Oh, you automatically get like 3 times the valuation because you're a crypto company now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's
Hey, like we take crypto. Like, oh shit, like.
think about it. Every time you use it, like there's an agreement, there's a transaction. You get a kickback of that transaction. Again, the coin is
And there's like a little,
arguably
they make a coin.
worthless unless
It's
people
our
buy it.
coin. It's like our coin. You get like a kickback of our coin.
Yeah. Well,
Bob-
isn't
the Bob coin? dude.
every protocol or network is kind of like the same thing, right? It's like it's just their coin. They're just giving you more of their coin, right? It's just like
If you think about it down to like securities, it's the same thing.
yeah.
Right?
It's just just
Like
giving
you're
you
getting
more.
stocks.
A
of their
dividend.
a dividend of their yeah.
I mean, now dividend they are giving you cash, but I mean, I guess that's like
It's,
staking, right?
It's the
like
same thing. If
yeah.
you think about it, you're like if you work for a company and they're giving you stocks.
yeah,
That's basically what it is, right?
yeah.
For working there. Here they're giving you stock for verifying transactions.
For using the application,
Right.
essentially. Yeah. So it is a different way of paying the user to use your application, in turn, kind of paying yourself because you're growing the value of the coin, the tokenomics of it, right? Because now there's less value. I mean, less.
I mean, here's the thing: you're not in that game. You're trying to create a directory.
I'm thinking, yeah. One thing at a time. One thing
It's a
at a
simple
time.
directory. Like it's a simple directory. The yellow page of the internet, dude.
Well, that's Yelp. So
No. Yelp is scum, dude. Yelp. You ever watch that movie? There's a movie called like something Yelp, where Yelp is like a mafia, dude. They like post bad. If you don't pay Yelp, they'll put bad reviews up top.
oh, they did get sued for that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but the thing with like, I don't give a shit if you're doing that on like the food business.
But the doctors, you can't. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you want verified reviews, and that's what you got to be. You can't be like some guy's paying you like high subscription fee. You're like, I'm not gonna write his bad reviews. That's gonna look so bad on the.
Yeah.
You have to impartial just because like you're making 5% off on the back end. Like,
My question though is like, I guess, how do I verify that someone actually was a patient?
someone was actually a patient there.
Yeah, like let's say I have a user sign into my platform, they write a review. How do I verify that that was a real patient?
No. What you gotta do in the beginning is make this all free.
It is all free,
Right.
but
So
like,
listen,
yeah.
and then you make this all free, and then you let the reviews build. Like, right, so you will, let's say some guy comes onto your website and says, oh, that's cool, like I want to see if I can contact that doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And then that contact form comes to you. Then you reach out to the doctor saying, hey, like I have a potential customer that's interested in using your service. Do you want this lead? If you want this lead, it's X amount of money. And then at that point, you can also ask them, hey, like, give me some of your pre-work, or like give me like what does your facility look like and shit. Like you can ask them questions then. I'm sure like it's not unreasonable fucking.
But I guess more so like, like in Yelp, you read the reviews there and some of them say like this was a verified purchase. Amazon, for example, it says verified purchase, that the person who is giving the review actually purchased the product. I'm thinking if Yelp does that, if it's like a verified consumer, you know what I mean? Like, how do I know it's not someone just going to that doctor and leaving like hate on the doctor saying this doctor is a piece of crap just because of some personal beef? And not necessarily because of, I guess I'll just leave it up to like you can report it, and it's up to the doctor to report it if it does seem.
Yeah, and
like,
then you are the ultimate arbitrator. Like
yeah,
you could be like the judge.
Yeah. I don't need to actually be able to verify that. I just have to
if
verify the
malicious
doctor.
is malicious, dude. Like I feel like like some truth to malicious ones. Like, I mean, I don't know. But I think it's a great idea. Again, it's a great idea.
Yeah. I mean, still work in progress. I still gotta. We'll post the links below. Dude, but with AI, man, that's the whole point. With AI now, you can make all these ideas a lot easier,
Like
a lot better,
like
a lot
I'm telling
faster.
you, like 99% of this is how do you market the product.
Yeah.
You can have a great idea, and if you don't have a great marketing behind it, how do you? Just because you have a great product doesn't mean shit, right? Like you have to be able to
You have to have
get
the
the
execution
product.
and everything.
It's about
like that,
increasing customer base, right? And that's going to be hard, and
but doable.
Again, if you make 20, make 30, make 40 of these,
Yeah. One of them's
one's got to hit. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all in the game. A game of like. That's what I'm saying. We have to make as many as possible, right? Every single idea you have, just put it on the internet.
Yeah.
And see what is taking traction, and then once it takes traction, YC Combinator, bro. Fuck, please.
Just need like 20 users, yeah. 20 random users, and you could start.
And then get a degree from Stanford. Just say, hey, I went to Stanford.
Yeah.
Get an online certificate that says, so this was like a few years back. I did an interview, and I was talking to the interviewer, and I was like, hey, like, you went to Harvard, that's cool. And he was like, nah, dude, I took like a 2-week course. This looks good on the resume, huh? I was like, hey. I thought it was so funny. I was like,
well, if you look at like the Harvard Business School now, they have the Harvard Business School online. So a lot of people put like GSB, like they went to their business school. But it's like everyone and their mom now goes there, and it's like,
dude.
yeah, it's like, but you could put Harvard. Yeah, it's like I don't know.
I feel like unless you're a lawyer, doctor, going to Harvard really is not like that. Like, if you're like a fucking, I don't even know. Like, what did you go? If you
Like engineer? You think an engineer?
Like it's not that.
Engineer probably better off at like MIT or
Right,
Caltech
like Caltech,
or something like that.
Or Berkeley or something, or like
Yeah.
Like, I think Harvard is
Georgia
famous
Tech.
for
Yeah.
law and medicine, right?
Yeah.
Like that's their two big like. I'm sure like other stuff like philosophy and shit's probably.
Well,
good too.
Harvard Business School has always been pretty well known. I mean,
business, law, and medical.
yeah.
Yeah, and Harvard Business for sure too. Like,
Yeah. But like what I'm saying is like I feel like
it's not an engineering school. Like
oversaturated.
it's what I'm
No.
saying. Like it's not like
It's not MIT. MIT is probably more so for
like
that.
math and engineering. Like it's
Yeah,
it's
for
over
sure.
there. Yeah. So all right, dude. I think we should cut it.
Well, episode 15. That's a wrap. Follow
Michael Carrick sucks.
us on TikTok.
The Brits, dude, they hate us, dude. The Brits hate us.
Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on YouTube. We are on all the platforms. I'm gonna try to get us on Apple Podcasts actually this week, so you'll have the videos or the audio to listen to us there. But check out the links
the sign,
below.
dude.
I'll leave the links of what we talked about in our apps below as well. But love you all. Episode 15. The world is yours. See y'all.